Hey guys, welcome back to another sewing tutorial. So in this video I'll be showing you guys how to sew these two pieces you can see on my thumbnail, looking sexy. So if you'd like to see that, keep on watching, okay? As you can see, I folded my material in a bias form, so you go ahead and do that. So what I'll be doing is I'm going to get my round waist is 32 inches. I'll divide it into two, which is 16 inches. I'll go ahead and add 2 inches sewing allowance, making it 18. Then I'll now go ahead and divide that 18 into 2, which is 9 inches. So that 9 inches, now I'm going to come and look for a place on this my tape, my clothes. I folded in the bias form. See the way I folded it, where is giving me is 9 inches. So now I've found here is giving me 9 inches. I'm going to go ahead and put a mark here at the 9 inches at this ending part, not at this side, okay, at this side. So now that I have done this, I will now take my tape and put from the very beginning of this fabric and find out the inches that is there, and what is there is 13 inches. From here to here, the length is 13 inches. So I'll use this 13 inches to use and create my round waist, okay? So I'll mark 13 and a half, not 13 inches, 13 and a half inches. Sorry, assuming I've been saying 13, it's 13 and a half, not 13. So 13 and a half inches, I'll mark it here, 13 and a half inches. I'll mark it here, 13 and a half inches. What I'll do now is to measure this out. And when you measure it, you realize that it is going to be more than your waist, which is okay. What I'm having here is about 10 inches, okay? So I have 10 inches. I'm going to just leave the 10 inches here. Okay, so what I will do next is to get the length of my skirt. This skirt has a band, and that band is going to be 2.5 inches. So from these 2.5 inches, I'm going to mark out my length. So the length of this dress I'm going to cut now will be 24 inches. Now these 24 inches I'm cutting, I'm using the back of the skirt for the length, because you know I have big bum. So the back of my skirt is always longer than the front of my skirt. But in cutting it now, I'm going to cut the back. So I'm going to cut this front as if it is the same length as the back. So when I'm done cutting it and I'm done sewing it, when I'm about to sew the down part, I'll now shape out the front part to be, and the actual length for the front part is going to be 21 inches, okay, in length, but the back is going to be 24. So I'm going to go ahead now and cut out 24 inches as the length of this skirt, okay? So I'll mark it round 24 inches. Then I'll go ahead and cut everything out. I will also cut out the front, the waist side. So now I've cut this out, I'm going to put a notch at the front here, the center here, and also the center here. Remember I told you guys that this front leg, I'm going to recut it to be shorter in front. So I'll now use this, okay, and cut the back. You can see I've placed the front pattern to the back pattern, okay? Then I'll now go ahead and cut this out. This is going to be the back pattern. I'll go ahead and open up this place, and then I will indicate the back with this shawl. So then I'm going to cut out the band. For this band, I want my band to be 3 inches, okay? I folded this, so the actual length I am cutting out is 6 inches. By the time you fold it, it will be 3 inches. Then the 050 is going to serve as our sewing allowance. So this is what I'm going ahead to do now. Mark my 3 inches and then cut it out. So at this point, I cut out my interfacing. I'm using ST, the cutting, okay? So I am going to now, I ironed it onto the band, then I'll trim it out so that it's going to be firm. Yeah. So now I'm going to go ahead and fold this by 050 in a bias form here and iron it down. I'll be doing it just on this side. I'm not going to do it on this side. I'll just do one side. Yeah. So now guys, I'm moving on to cutting the top of the clothes. The top is a crop top and it's a wrap top, okay? So first of all, mark my upper bust length. My upper bust length is 7 inches. I'll mark my bust length 11 inches. Then my waist length. Okay, this particular outfit, because it's a crop top, the waist length is going to be the same as the full length. And for my full length, I'm going to be using 22 inches. I like my crop top to have length. so that I'll be able to like maneuver it however I want it and crop it however I want it. Okay, so I'll be using 22 inches for the length, and this 22 inches includes the sewing allowance as well. So I'll go ahead and join all these things, mark this and connect it together. My shoulder length is 15, divided by 2 is 7.5. So I'm going to mark 7.5. Then I'll add sewing allowance, which is my sewing allowance is going to be 1 inch, making it 8.5. So this 8.5, I'm going to I'll come here and mark it at the upper bust length. Okay, same as this upper bust length, I'm going to mark the round bust. My round bust is 44, divided by 4 is 11. I'll mark it here. Then I'll mark my sewing allowance to be 2 inches. This measurement that is on this round upper bust length is the same thing that we're going to do on the bust length. So I'm not going to mark anything on the bust length. I'm not going to come down to the waist length. That is our full length. And then mark my round waist. My round waist is 8 inches. That's 32 divided by 4, 8 inches. I'll mark the 8 inches. Then I'll go ahead and also mark 2 inches for sewing allowance. Then I'll connect these together. Sewing allowance to sewing allowance, main measurement, body measurement to body measurement. So I'll now connect our shoulder line here. I'll connect it down to join it together. Okay, so now I have this. I'll come to my neckline. I'm going to mark my neckline. My neckline, I'll go in by 3 inches. Okay, and then come down by 3 inches. This is not our actual neckline. I am just marking this. Okay, do you know what? Let's come down by 1.5 inches here, or 1 inch. Let's come down by 1 inch. This measurement, this particular 3 inches by 1 inch is not my actual neck style, but this is the neck style for the back. I'm going to use this pattern and cut the back side before we now go ahead and cut the wrap. Okay, so I'll now go ahead and connect to draw my round armhole. I'll connect this, okay, down to the full length plus sewing allowance on the upper bust length. So I'll now go ahead and cut this out. After cutting this out, I'll place it on top of another part of the material and cut the back. Exactly this is how the back is going to be. Exactly this. Then when I'm done cutting the back, we'll now come and cut the wrap side. Okay, so I'll come from here, this neckline here, and go down by 1 inch. That's shoulder slope. Have you seen what I've done? So now that I've done this, I'll use this and cut the back pattern again. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'll open this up now, the way I've opened it, guys. From here, from the beginning top here, I want my wrap to come to like my round underbust. So I'll stop it at probably like 14 inches. 14 inches is okay. So that's where I want the wrap to stop in. Do you get? So from this 14 inches now I've cut it here, this length. What I will now do is that I will now come and connect from this, the neckline at this side, connect it from here to here. Okay, so I'll connect this from here to here. I'll now go ahead and cut this side out. Now that I've cut this side out, you know this is a wrap outfit. So obviously the inner one of it, in fact both of them actually, is not meant to reach the end. So I'll just, what I'm trying to say is this: just go ahead and cut out some parts here. Let me measure this out. Let me tell you about how many inches you're going to cut out. You know we added already 2 inches sewing allowance here, so you're probably going to cut out, let's say 3.5 is okay. 3.5 inches is okay. So go ahead and cut out 3.5 inches from here. So this is what I have now. So with this I have now place, you know this is a wrap outfit. I'll place this on top of another pattern and cut out exactly this. So let me do the white one now, and then the other pattern, the other side of the front, and come back and show you guys. So now guys, you can see that I've gone ahead to cut out these fronts, and it's now 2 of them. Okay, so what I will now go, by the time you go to the sewing machine, this is the front, this is the back side. By the time you head to the sewing machine, this is the back side and this is the front side. Okay, you have to be careful so that you don't sew the back side to the front side. So this is how it is. I'll now go ahead and sew this part to this side, and then sew this other side this way to this side. Okay, so once you are done sewing, you can see that you have gotten like a wrap kind of vibe. You also join it at the shoulder side. After joining it, you now, for the finishing of the edges, the neckline, both front and back, you're going to be using bias, like the black bias. Okay, that's what you're going to use and finish it. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to go ahead and bring out band for this outfit. I want the ropes to be probably like 30 inches in length, and then the width is going to be 4 inches. But during cutting, I'm going to cut out 8 inches, because by the time you now fold it, it will be 4 inches. I hope this makes sense. Yeah, so let me go ahead and do that, and I'll be back. So you can see I've gone ahead to cut it out. So this is how you're going to do. You're going to fold it this way. So when you're on the sewing machine, you're going to run your sewing machine and down, but then when you come to the end here, this part, you're going to leave it open. You're not going to sew down here, so you're going to sew down just one part, and then the same, like I told you, you're going to like cut out 2 of them. So let's go to the sewing machine and join the outfits together, and then we'll see what it's looking like. So guys, you can see for the skirt, I've gone ahead to like join everything together, so it's giving this. So what I'm going to do now is to open up this skirt and then start fixing the band on it. Do you understand? So for the shirt part, this is the shirt. Like I showed you guys, I've gone ahead to join it is 1, and then look at the ropes that I did for it. Do you see? These are for the tying. You can see I told you I'm going to use bias to finish it, so I used black bias to finish up this. So what I want to do now is I'll come here, and then let me show you this particular place now. That I told you here, this band, you close one side and then leave this side open. So I'll come and put this in like this and iron it down. Okay, so let me iron it down now. So now I've ironed it down, I will take this, I'll gather this together here and make sure that all of it fits into this hole. Do you get? And then I'll sew it, and I'll sew it like holding it together, so that, do you get, it's going to be like this. So I'll sew it down, I'll sew it here. Okay, I'll do the other side as well, and then the next thing I'm going to do now, of course, I haven't fixed the sleeve of this top. If you can see, like the armhole is still empty, so I'll go ahead and fix the sleeve. This sleeve is just a long sleeve. I want it to be like sort of a balloon puffy sleeve. So I'm going to gather this whole side to form the round armhole, and also I will now join here, like fold this in 2 times. I'm going to create a hole. Do you get? Because I'm going to pass elastic inside here, and the length of the elastic should be long enough that it can grip your elbow. So guys, this is the final look of the 2-piece. I hope you found this video helpful. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, thumbs up this video, and I'll see you guys in the next sewing tutorial. Bye.